Shalom, everyone, and welcome to From Pain to Passion, Purpose and Power with yours truly, Dee Dee Cooper. It is such an honor and a privilege to be with you on today. I know that it's been at least a week or so since I've uploaded a video to share with you. We've had some weather challenges here where I am, and it affected the power and all of that. But we are back on today sharing what the Most High has for us to share with you on today. This is the day that Yahweh has made, and I am certainly rejoicing and I am glad in this day, and I pray that you are as well. This is the first day of the week, and I'm hoping and praying that you are expecting and anticipating nothing but the best from the Most High this week. I hope that you are expecting the miraculous and breakthroughs in your lives, and that you are really expecting doors to open and expecting to experience the unfallible and indescribable love of the Most High on this week, because this is what He has in store for you if you could only but believe and anticipate and expect Him to do and to perform the very best for you and to perfect everything that concerns you in your life. Receive that for this week. Today is a very sunny day. Everybody is out and about and moving about. I had the opportunity to get out a little bit on today and to enjoy the beautiful warmth of the sunshine and to see people and to see families interacting with each other. It's just such a beautiful time to be alive and to be experiencing the blessings and the love of the Most High. And I pray that you are experiencing that as well. And even if you aren't, you can receive the love of the Most High on today and throughout the week. Again, I am Dee Dee Cooper, and I'm here with you on today to share the topic that the Most High has given me to share with you on today. But before I get started, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to subscribe to this channel. Invite those that you know who will be blessed by this platform, those that you know will be blessed by these informative teachings. Invite them to subscribe to the channel, and once you're subscribed, you will receive notifications as to when videos and new content is uploaded. I try to upload every Sunday. Also, you can feel free to join us on our Facebook page. Now, this is an interactive platform. This is an interactive forum in which questions are posed, and it gives us an opportunity to interact with each other. I answer questions. I read your comments. You can share your testimonies as to how you're progressing and ascending on this journey as well. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. We're on Twitter, also on Instagram. We're working on a podcast, so that's forthcoming. I'm a blogger on blogger.com. And as I blog on that platform, and there's some other platforms as well, I will inform you, and we will put the links in the description so that you'll be able to read the blogs as well. The Most High is opening up doors, and I'm just so grateful to be able to share with you, His beloved people. Now, we began a series a few weeks ago on self-esteem. We've been talking about self-esteem for a while now, as it relates to things that will keep us grounded or hindered from making that ascension from that place of pain to develop that passion for the Most High, so that we can carry out the purpose that He has foreordained us to carry out, and to do so endowed with power. Self-esteem is very, very important. And just to give a brief definition, and I really want to encourage you to go back and listen to previous discussions on this topic, as well as others that we've spoken about thus far. But self-esteem in a nutshell is your overall opinion of yourself. It is the estimation or the value, the appraisal that you put upon yourself. This has nothing to do with anyone else's opinion of you. This is your opinion of you, regardless to how anyone else feels about you. How do you feel about yourself? In a nutshell, that's all self-esteem is. It's your overall opinion of yourself, regardless of any circumstance. That's very important, because we understand that situations, circumstances, trials, tribulations, whatever you want to call them, they occur in your lives. And sometimes those situations, those turbulent times, those circumstances that we oftentimes, if you're alive, if you have not encountered any painful situations, keep living, they're coming. But sometimes they come and they can affect your outlook on life, but it should not affect the way you feel about yourself. Now, your ascension on this journey, your climbing, your progressing, is going to depend on what you think about yourself and what you think about and how you relate to the Most High. If you are not confident in yourself, if you doubt your abilities and certainly your self-worth, you are not going to attempt to climb or to progress in this life or in this journey if you feel as though you're not worthy of the good things that the Most High has for us. Remember, according to Jeremiah 29 and 11, that the Most High, his thoughts towards us, they're good thoughts, and he only thinks good thoughts about us. And those thoughts are to bring us to an expected end. So there is an end that Yahweh expects us to achieve. But if you feel as if you're not worthy, you don't have confidence, you feel insufficient or inadequate, because of any number of reasons, you're not going to climb, you're not going to go where the Most High wants to take you. It's a stumbling block. It will become a hindrance to you. Now, as stated before, the APA, which is the American Psychological Association, has identified 3 types of self-esteem. There is low self-esteem that we've covered. Go back and listen to those discussions. And then there is inflated self-esteem, and this is where we find the term narcissism, and there's been discussions on that as well. I invite you to go back and to listen to those topics. And then there is healthy self-esteem, and this is where we're going to be today. We're going to talk about healthy self-esteem. Now, when a person has healthy self-esteem, they have healthy thoughts. Because remember, self-esteem is a mindset. It's a collection of thoughts that you have about yourself. That's what a mindset is. A mindset is a collection of thoughts. So when a person has healthy self-esteem, they have healthy thoughts about themselves. They have a healthy mindset about themselves despite any circumstance. A person with healthy self-esteem, they feel good about themselves, and they see themselves as being worthy, and they see themselves as being deserving of respect from others. You're worthy of respect from others. And a person with a healthy self-esteem demands and commands respect from others because they know that they're worthy and they're deserving of it. Now, Dr. Gregory L. Jantz, he is an author of a book that is entitled Hope for Relationships. And he wrote an article in a periodical called Psychology Today. And Dr. Jantz, in this periodical, Psychology Today, he says that there are 8 traits of people with healthy self-esteem. There are 8 traits of people who embrace a healthy self-esteem. And I'm going to go over each one of those traits because this is really good. The first trait, he says, of a person that has a healthy self-esteem, they live with an attitude of humility. They're humble people. Now, we understand and know, based upon the topic of inflated self-esteem, those past couple of weeks that we talked about narcissism. Narcissists have an inflated self-esteem. However, a person with a healthy self-esteem, they're very humble people. They have an attitude of humility. They're not arrogant people. They're not haughty people, as we discussed last week. Now, humility, beloved, this is a very important trait, because when you are a humble person and when you have humility, humility teaches us trust, because you realize that you're not all sufficient in yourself. Even though you have confidence and you feel good about yourself, you're teachable. And my apostle says you have a pliable spirit. You have a spirit that one can teach. Healthy self-esteem. Humility teaches trust. Now, the word of Yah tells us over in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 8. It says, trust in Yahweh with all of your heart. Trust in Yahweh, not your own self, but trust in Yahweh, it says, with all of your heart. And it says, and lean not to your own understanding. You're humble enough to realize that all of my help comes from the Most High. It's His wisdom. I'm not leaning to my own understanding, but I'm humbling myself before Yahuwah, before Yahweh. Verse 6, it says, in all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. Humility. In every decision, I acknowledge Yahweh. I humble myself before Him, knowing that He is all wise and I can depend on Him. But I'm confident enough in myself that even when He gives me the wisdom to do, I know that because I have His wisdom, I can accomplish anything with His wisdom. He shall direct your paths. Verse 7, it says, be not wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahweh, or reverence Yahweh, and depart from evil. Verse 8, and when you do this, it says, it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Why the navel? Any woman that's ever carried a child knows that through that navel, that's where the umbilical cord is. And that umbilical cord to an unborn child, that fetus, that's where he receives nutrients. That's where he's fed. That's where he receives everything that he needs to grow and to become healthy. So when we acknowledge Yahweh in all of our ways, and when we allow Him to direct our paths, it's health to us. Because in Him, we receive everything that we need to be healthy and to be able to be sustained in every area of our lives. The word tells us over in 1 Peter that Yahweh has given us all things that pertains to life and to godliness. So we draw from Him. He is our source. He is our life. The word of Yah tells us over in Acts that in Him we live, and in Him we move, and in Him we have our being. It's through Him, His wisdom. Number 2, Dr. Jantz says, a person with a healthy self-esteem speaks the truth as they see it without fear of rejection and with no intent to harm others. They speak the truth in love. A person with a healthy self-esteem can speak the truth to you without being fearful of you rejecting them because it's the truth. And they can speak the truth to you in love. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15, it says, but speaking the truth in love. Why? That you may grow up into him, into Yeshua, in all things, which is the head, even Christ, who is the Mashiach or the Messiah. Ephesians 4 and 25, it says, wherefore putting away lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. So a person that has a healthy self-esteem, they can tell you the truth. Without being, well, if I tell them the truth, they won't like me anymore. Or if I tell them the truth, they wouldn't want to be associated with me anymore. They're so in tune with who they are until they can speak the truth to you in love without being fearful of you rejecting them. Number 3, Dr. Jantz says that a person who embraces a healthy self-esteem knows how to separate feelings or their emotions from the message being delivered. So that when you hear the truth and love, a person with a healthy self-esteem can receive the message not through their emotions, but they can separate their emotions from the message that's being conveyed. They can see it just as for what it is. It's truth. And they can receive the truth of the words spoken from that person without internalizing it in their emotions and becoming hurt by it. So important. Number 4, according to Dr. Jantz, a person with a healthy self-esteem, they recognize the role of emotions such as anger, fear, guilt, condemnation. They understand the roles that these emotions play in a person's life. They understand the role that these emotions play in a person that hinders them from receiving the truth, even when that truth is spoken to them and given to them in love. They can say, yeah, I can understand the emotion behind this. I can understand why this person is having a hard time, why there's a barrier in this person's mind that's preventing them from receiving the truth. Is because they're harboring anger or fear or guilt, embarrassment, shame. And they're filtering the words, even though it's the truth. And even though the words are spoken in love, they're filtering these words that are being spoken to them through these emotions. And it's hindering them from receiving the truth. These are people that put up defense. They're always defensive. They always have a rebuttal. Oftentimes, these are people that are dealing with some issues in their emotions. They see it. They no longer take other people's anger or guilt at face value. They don't take it personally. I understand that this person is hurting, this person is broken. I'm not going to even take this as face value because I understand. They can discern, in other words. They can discern, they can see. A person with healthy self-esteem can see beneath the surface. They can see beyond the anger and the hurt, the guilt. And oftentimes, if that person delivering the message is sensitive, the Holy Spirit, who is the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit of Truth, will oftentimes give you the way or the method by which to deliver the message so that that person can receive the message that you're given. They can see through discernment what is motivating these emotions. Number 5, people with healthy self-esteem do not follow followers. A person that has a healthy self-esteem, they don't go with the status quo because they're confident enough. If you're a believer in the Most High, or some are just confident in themselves, that everything that glitters ain't gold. I don't have to follow the crowd. I have enough confidence that I could stand alone. A person, and this is a deism here, a person with healthy self-esteem is not afraid to stand alone. I embrace the truth and I can stand even if the crowd is going to the left, because I'm confident I can stand and I can go to the right or just stand by myself. Healthy self-esteem. Understand why this is so important in your progression. Number 6, a person with healthy self-esteem look for reasons to release others, and they look for reasons to accept the ability of others to make decisions. They believe in others and encourage them to use their Yah-given gifts and abilities. They can respect other people's gifts. They're not jealous because they're confident and they know that if Yahweh has given you gifts, He's given me gifts and abilities too. I don't have to covet what you have or be envious or jealous of who you are. Because the same Elohim that created you created me as well, and He has given me gifts and abilities as well. And because we're all members one to another, what I have can bless you, and what you have can bless me. I can see you as a gift because of healthy self-esteem. I don't have to look at you as a threat or that you'll show me up because I have healthy self-esteem. I'm whole and healed and healthy. Number 7, a person with healthy self-esteem, they're accountable in word and deed. They mean what they say what they mean, and if they say that they're going to do something, they do it. They have integrity, which is moral uprightness and honesty. David, he's a psalmist, he says, I will swear to my own hurt. He says, I will walk in mine integrity. Their yea is yea and their nay is nay. Healthy self-esteem. And then number 8, they know that the past is the past and the present is the present. They can move from a place of being a victim to becoming the victor. They refuse to allow the past to control what happens today and where they are going in the future. So important. What am I saying today? It's time. If your self-esteem is low, pick it up. If it's inflated, humble yourselves. Get rid of the guilt, the condemnation, the shame, the pain, the hurt, the embarrassment. The past is the past. And the only one who will remind you of your past is the enemy. He's the only one that will remind you of what you did, not who you are today. Healthy self-esteem says, yeah, I've made some mistakes. I've made some horrible decisions in the past, but that's not going to control where I am today. If anything, I'm going to learn from those past mistakes and move forward because I have a future. The Most High has an expectation of me, and I'm straightway to accomplish it. I'm ascending, leaving the baggage in the past where it belongs, in the past. And if you've repented of those things, they're in the sea of forgetfulness, and Yahweh doesn't even remember them anymore. He says, as far as the east is from the west. Does anyone know how far east is from the west? No. But as far as the east is from the west, that is exactly how far your transgressions have been removed from you when you ask the Most High to forgive you, and then leave that mess in the past and keep it moving. That's what my mom always says. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, we've identified the 3 types of self-esteem. Where do you find yourself? Low self-esteem? Inflated self-esteem? Or do you have healthy self-esteem? Yahweh is very clear on his thoughts toward us. The psalmist wrote that he has manifold thoughts towards us. He says that if I can count the thoughts of Yahweh, it would be too many. His thoughts towards us, they're too many. We can't count them. That's just how much he loves us, and that's just how much he thinks about us. Your journey depends upon your relationship with the Most High and your relationship with yourself. Change your mindset. Change your thoughts about yourself, and you can change your life. Identify the positive things about yourself. And yes, you do have positive aspects about yourself. Identify those things. Build positive and edifying relationships with others. Get away from toxicity and those things that are not edifying or things that will build you up. And then trust Yahweh. Next week, we're going to deal about the forgiveness factor. We're going to talk about the forgiveness factor. We're going to talk about that next week. Tune in. Don't want to miss it. Until next time, beloved, I pray that the Most High's countenance will shine upon you. I pray that he will envelop you with his love and that favor goes before you on this coming week. I pray that your anticipation and that your expectation is in Yahweh. For the word of Yah says that blessed is the man whose expectation is in the Most High. Have a blessed week. And until we meet again, shalom.